Hello, it's Cisvolk. Time to enjoy card making with me. Well, actually for this video I already made the cards, but I will show you how to use a stamp set with so many choices of small stamps. The set I have here is from AlINACRAFT. The link for the product is in the descriptions below. Using this link really helps me out. When I first saw this stamp set, I knew I had to have it for my card making collection. But when I was playing with it, I had a hard time and struggled with the possibilities to use them. So I decided to make a short video for you. There are different game stamps in this set. There is backgammon, darts, chess with chess pieces or checkers, pool billiards with a cue for the billiards, cards, jigsaw, dice, bowling, and there is dominoes. So many different games in one set is so useful for making a card for a game lover or special occasion. I will show you the cards I made and hope to give you some ideas. To start, I made a card with the bowling game on it. On the edge of the envelope I stamped lots of bowling pins, random and skew, all stamped over the edge of the envelope. The border I colored with a red alcohol marker. On the card I used bowling pins that I stamped, colored and cut out. Next I glued them stacked partially on top of each other. The background for this card is made by using a stencil with circles. This is an AOO slimline stencil. I used it to emboss the paper in an embossing machine with a rubber mat. Then you get a result like this. You can feel the texture in the paper. I will remember to get a bit deeper in this for future videos. I also ink blended a little bit of silver ink in the middle and added some splatters to it. Do you see the relief? The calendar I glued with foam tape. It is a bit loose, so I can change it to another month if I need. It is stamped with this calendar stamp set. I showed that one in other videos before. The text Best of Luck I used from another stamp set. It is in this banner stamp and die set with all cube capitals. Best of Luck. It comes with according dies for if you want a perfect cut banner. Then you get all of these text sentiments. I did not use them this time, I just stamped on a colored strip of paper and cut that out with my guillotine trimmer. The strip I colored with 2 tones of green alcohol markers before stamping. I used Tombow ABT Pro, they have nice vibrant colors. I also colored the edge of the card base in red before adding the panel. Then I also made a card with a snooker set, also with a matching envelope. Here I cut all strips of thin colored paper and glued that on a piece of thin paper. Then I stamped on top of that using Versamark ink and heat embossed the stamped prints using white embossing powder. After that I colored the snooker balls, just quick and easy with colored pencils. Having colored pencils that are soft wax based color very well on such colored papers. Actually, the snooker balls have to be colored with white edges, as there are 2 kinds of balls in snooker. But I didn't put extra work into that. I think it doesn't matter much. Also I guess I used circles with numbers on the board that are meant for other games, but who cares? It fills the pattern and I think it is fun. I'll show a leftover I have. So first I stuck all 1/4 inch strips on a thin printer paper with double-sided tape. I glued them in ombre order, repeatedly from darker to lighter. Then I stamped, heat embossed with white embossing powder, colored and then cut the size. I stamped a cue on white paper, then colored it and cut it out. Then I used glossy accents to make the handle shiny. This is what a jar looks like. It is from Ranger. It makes the handle nice and glossy. Looks cool like that, eh? The Life is Better with Friends banner strip comes from this stamp set with according dies. You stamp the whole sheet and then you get all these text strips. So that was the pull card. I put a leftover strip on the envelope. Then the darts, with even a tiny dart. I like those so much. With that I make this card. Also with a matching envelope. With the little darts and the dartboard. For this I used a piece of patterned paper as a background. That's this patterned paper from AlINACRAFT. It is called Kisses. Remember that all product links can be found in the description box of the video. I used these pieces of paper. This top piece of paper has such a sun ray towards the middle by itself. I trimmed that a bit so it would fit on the card. And at the bottom edge a strip of gingham paper. In the middle I left a strip of white from the base card free and in it I stamped the text Wishing You a from the game stamp set and also the word birthday. The dots after the letter A I drew myself. The text Happy is made of die cuts. Alina has 3 types of die cuts of this kind. The Happy Birthday, the Happy Mother's Day and the Happy Father's Day. From this Happy Birthday one I used the Happy and cut off the birthday. I die cut the word Happy twice. Once from white paper and once from the colored pattern paper. It is most convenient if you take paper from a paper pack for the whole card, then it matches best. For stamping the dartboard I used a stamping platform and stamped twice on the same spot with Versamark ink for a deep black print. Also on this dartboard and the darts I used glossy accents to make them shiny. I colored and cut out the darts before adding glossy accents. When the glossy accents were dry, I then glued the figures onto the paper. On this envelope I used the leftover piece of the patterned paper and glued a stamped and cut out dartboard and darts. No glossy accents for these, so you can see the difference. Next is a chess card. Here the chessboard with the cute chess pieces. These chess pieces I stamped randomly around the border of the envelope. And every now and then I colored one black with a Sharpie. I stamped the chessboard the same way I stamped the dartboard. Stamped twice on top of each other, so using a stamping tool, and then using glossy accents to make the board shiny. This one they take a few hours to dry. Again I cut out the chess pieces first and then made them glossy. I glued them a bit spread across the card. You can do that in whatever way you like. In the empty border on the card I stamped Sports Champion. The patterned paper I used for this card, by the way, is this paper. There are all gradient pieces of warm colors with small dots on them. I chose a brown and a green piece out of that. My card is a 13.5 by 13.5 centimeter card, by the way, and I left a centimeter of space at the borders. Again, the happy text die cut twice, once from white paper and once from brown dotted paper. And then I made another card using the dominoes. Here I stamped, just like the chess pieces, the dominoes along the border of the envelope. The card is a bit similar because I also used the happy dies again, but it is also a very nice card. Again I made the pieces glossy with glossy accents. And also a dark shadow border cut out dark patterned paper. Glued a bit shifted underneath the white die cut. I needed this happy because this word isn't in the set. But if there would have been a text with happy in the set, the card would have been boring. so no bother. You might have a nice text die or a big word stamp to combine yourself. Or use another text. I don't understand all the word jokes on this stamp set, and it is no problem, we will do without. I also wanted to show you this gorgeous patterned paper. It is from the wooden texture 6x6 inch paper pack. Perfect for any men's cards. I used these two pieces. Again a piece at the bottom, leaving a border of 1 cm of white space around it, and a piece at the top. The same brown paper was used for the shadow text. These were all cards I wanted to show you today. Sometimes it costs a lot of time to make new cards and come up with new designs. I don't get to film all of it or edit all the footage I recorded. For these cards, I guess you get the idea. That is why I did it this way this time, so you have some new inspiration to make your own cards. As I said, all the products are linked in the description. You really help me out using them. There are no extra costs to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!